And here is the Transformers Generation Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Sharkticon Gnaw from the movie Transformers, the movie in 1986, out of packaging, and the figure turned out great. I thought this was an amazing take on a well-loved villainous accessory for the movie. I never had the G1 Sharkticon. I've always wanted that one. There are no reissues that are, you know, decently priced. You have to pay like a ton of money just to get a decent G1 Sharkticon that's still in great condition. But this one is a treat. It actually brings you back to the old G1 Sharkticon, and yet giving it a modern flair to it and aesthetic. Let's start off with how this thing looks like in robot mode. Absolutely amazing. There's very minimal kibble. You have all the elements, the 1986 Gnaw elements present in this figure. The colors look great. The pink, this glossy chest, this sort of like off-white eggshell ecru type of white color on him. He's got this nice pastel blue. All the colors scream Sharkticon Gnaw, the G1 Sharkticon Gnaw, and I am just loving it. He has his mace, which actually is his tail, forms into his tail. It has some articulation, just a hinge, like a hinge joint right here. It also comes with a blaster. Pretty boring blaster though. It didn't paint it or anything like that. It's got it's made of gray plastic with a hint of pink somewhere in there. I don't know if you can see it, but under the light there's a little bit of pink going on, or purple. Maybe it's just an illusion created by the gray and the purple. I don't know, but there is a little bit of that going on. You can store the gun right here on the back. You can store it right there. That's also where the gun will be in his Sharkticon mode, or shark mode. Get rid of that. Very minimal kibble on the back. The Sharkticon arms are just there. There's just nowhere to put that. That's fine. Also, the instructions don't mention anything about this, but I did find out there is a secret weapon. I don't think they want you to do this, but you can actually remove the fin, the shark fin, and you can turn it into Mazikeen's demon blades. She can slice and dice like a demon. I'm just kidding. I just plug it in back there. It's fine. Articulation for this figure, it's got a bowl jointed neck, a little bit on a hinge because of transformation. No waist swivel, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess they couldn't afford a waist swivel because of the way this chest transformed. I'll show that off later. Arms can go outward, forward, and backward. It's got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow, hinge wrist because of transformation. The legs can go in and out, a little bit hindered by the torso right there. It should be able to do the split, but it can't. Forward, backward. Oh, there you go. You can do the split that way if you move it forward, backward, and then you do the split that way. Okay, the knees go, they bend this way and this way. Pretty cool. There's a little bit of a ankle motion right here, forward and backward because of transformation. And there's this incredibly acutely cut ankle rockers. It's like it splits his foot into two. I mean, but it's still there. Nice ankle rockers for this figure. So articulation, except for that waist joint, the absent waist articulation. Everything about the articulation and the details of this figure is absolutely spot on. Colors are great. This brings back so much memories. Really loving the aesthetic of the robot mode. And for some size comparisons, here is Gnaw with a few other Sharkticon figures in my collection, as well as the Earthrise Alicon. These two are Cyberverse Sharkticons. Clearly see where the inspiration is coming from. And this is the Titan's Return Gnaw, which I think still holds to this day. This is a nicely sized Gnaw or Sharkticon that you can put in your collection. You can army build, but I think the transformation engineering and aesthetic of this figure is severely is not as relevant anymore, because I think what this new Gnaw tried to do is to bring in all that G1 aesthetic into a more modern look. The transformation is closer to G1 with this figure than this one, but take nothing away from this figure. I still absolutely love this figure. It's perfect for army building. But you can clearly see the evolution of Sharkticons that Hasbro's been trying to do. This one actually is actually pretty cool. You've seen my review of this one. He's like a little mini-me Sharkticon you can add to your shelf. You do all that Quintesson battle with Hot Rod and Cup and all that. So transformation, first you have to remove the weapons, put them off to the side, put the arms this way, go ahead and fold those fists inward, like that. Raise the Sharkticon hands, just put them up this way so they're out of the way. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to detach the entire backpack assembly, just like that. And then just clear it, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to lift this piece right here, just to free up space. And then what you want to do is you want to fold the legs this way, just to get them out of the way. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to rotate this entire chest assembly like this. And this is the reason, this part of the transformation is the reason why I think the engineers couldn't put a waist swivel, which is a shame. I guess there should have been a workaround for that, but it would have probably cost a little bit extra money for that, so they didn't do that. Okay, go ahead and fold the shoulder section up like that. What you want to do is you want to fold the heel spurs like this, and you see those peg holes right there. They're going to peg in to those sort of pegs right there. Fold the feet this way, and they're going to tab in right there and lock them in place with this. It doesn't really tab in, it just keeps those feet in place. This whole backpack assembly or top of the Sharkticon is going to fold over there. You see that little tiny peg right there? That's going to peg into that slot right there. And then the head, the best way I know to tuck it in, the instructions just tell you to fold it down like that, but what you want to do is you want to unhinge that neck and just fold it all the way down as close to this part as just make him tuck that head all the way down with that hinge right there, and then you fold it over the jaw over that head, and this one goes right here. Okay, then all that's really left is to position the arms and the legs of the Sharkticon. So go ahead and do this, go ahead and do this, and just bend the knees or the elbows and just position him like this. And then add the tail, the spikes, the spike ends go up, or position up like that. You can position them down like that if you want to, but official transformation is like this. And fold up that tail like that. And there you go. There is Gnaw in his Sharkticon mode. You can make him squat as low as possible if you want to. Kind of makes him look like a toad. I always thought the Piranhacon, he was like a piranha with legs. That's what the Sharkticon was, not really a shark. So you can make him do it this way, but I want to put a little bit of height for this alt mode. There you go. There is Gnaw in his Sharkticon alt mode, which is actually pretty cool. You can, again, as I mentioned earlier, you can post or plug in that gun right there, which really doesn't make sense. It feels like a shark with a bazooka. It's okay. It's a nice way to store the weapon in alt mode, but as it is, this Sharkticon mode looks so impressive. You know, open the jaw and the head's not clearly seen. I mean, it's still there. It feels like secondary teeth. But yeah, you do a chop, yeah. Some panels here and there that could have been covered up, but I guess this is as good as it gets, folks. Articulation, same articulation with the arms will be the articulation for the legs. The Sharkticon mini hands, they have a swivel right here and a hinge elbow, and that's about it. This is my favorite part of the articulation, the chomp with the mouth. And for some size comparisons, here are the other Sharkticons together with Gnaw. Clearly see where the inspiration comes from. Wow, these are a great bunch of Sharkticons. Cyberverse and the mini Cyberverse. This is the Titan's Return Gnaw, and look at that. Clearly the new Studio Series 86 Gnaw, as you know, as Prime versus Prime would say, it completely obliterates the other Gnaw and Sharkticon figures that you might have in your collection. Anyway, I love how the aesthetic turned out for this figure, both in robot mode and alt mode. If you don't want to get the same Sharkticon figure over and over to build your Sharkticon army, you can always get the other Sharkticon figures that Hasbro and Takara Tomy have released, and they will all fit nicely. They'll look great on any shelf or diorama. And so some final thoughts on this new Sharkticon Gnaw from the Studio Series 86 line. I think it's a great figure. It's perfect for army building, for recreating those scenes on your display from the old Transformers, the movie 1986. I think Hasbro and Takara Tomy did a wonderful job on this figure. This is by far the best modern version of Gnaw we've ever gotten from Hasbro and Takara Tomy. I absolutely love this figure. I think this figure is going to get, for me, I think the figure deserves a 10 out of 10. Best of luck to everybody hunting this figure down. I'm sure a lot of collectors are going to be army building this figure. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Gnaw. Is it something you want to hunt down? Are you okay just keeping your old Titans Return figures? Let me know in the comments what you think of this new Gnaw figure. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.